Hi, so I'm going to do a multi-series video on change, as I think change is really hard for many of us to navigate through, and having some direction would help because at the end of change, life is amazing. Making a lifestyle change, as I said, or really any change, is hard, but it's not impossible. I think help understanding the different emotional stages of the change and then how to address each of those stages really helps out a lot. When we're aware of the different components of change, making that change, it becomes a lot less daunting and you're more apt to make it through the change successfully and easier. So, thoughts a lot of times of change makes us nervous or anxious. So you might be thinking of making a lifestyle change, like maybe changing your diet or maybe going to the gym more. Maybe you need to find a new career. So we imagine how our life with this new diet or new career will be. And normally it's completely different and it's unfamiliar. And that scares us. But ultimately, we want something different, right? And that's why we're thinking about making this change in the first place. It's important to know before you start the change, though, that change happens quickly, but our adjustment to it takes a little longer because we're human, we have emotions to deal with. And that's why when we're not addressing these changes or these stages and we're not adjusting to it completely, and we so often then flounder or fail in making our change complete. So change, like grief, goes through emotional stages. And if you know which stage you're in, you're going to feel less disoriented and more likely to implement it and continue with your action plan. So let's walk through these stages quick. There's 4. Stage 1 is denial. And like the word says, here you're going to deny that you either need to make a change or that the change is happening. So, for example, I was always in denial that the way I lived my life before, the way I ate and exercised was unhealthy. I just didn't realize it. Period. Denial. But let's say we move past denial and now we accept that, okay, we need to make a change. So once you're past denial, you start making that change. And you notice that you aren't yet feeling good. But why is that? Because you're in transition. When you're in transition, you feel lost or disoriented. You're in unfamiliar ground. So here's when you go step into stage 2. Stage 2 is resistance. And resistance means you're fighting the change. So you're going to feel maybe some doubt or discomfort. And you're feeling this because you're comparing and judging your new situation to your old. So anytime something new happens, we always feel a little uncomfortable, right? So I made a huge diet change in 2013 when I ended up having health issues. And I was happy, except when I would go out with our friends. Then I would start resisting the diet because I wanted to be able to eat like them. I wanted to get drunk like them and have a good time, loosen up. I was clearly very, very much resisting the diet at that point. Once I got over that resistance and realized, though, that eating that way and drinking that way, it just doesn't make me feel good and I wasn't having fun anyways, I moved into stage 3 of the change process. And stage 3 is exploration. So if you think about it, when we resist things, we aren't open to possibilities or other opportunities, right? So in exploration, we move past that and our mind is open to everything around us. So we start exploring the new change, we're having fun with it, and we're constantly trying new ways of being and new ways of living. So my example here is after I changed my diet, moved past that shock and resistance, I started exploring with new recipes and foods and cooking techniques. It was super fun. And then that ended up opening up a whole other door of things and a whole nother life, really. I was having a lot of fun. And when you have fun, what happens? You move into commitment. You make this a lifestyle change. So stage 4 is commitment. And here you're living in abundance in your new life. You finally arrived at your destination. And that's why this doesn't feel like a stage. Because you accept and you love your new way of life, and you wouldn't have it any other way. So really, the new is the new old. So for example, now I've been in my commitment stage for the last, I would say, year really, and I can't imagine ever living the way I used to. And I feel like I'm more empowered now. I'm more self-aware. I'm more confident than I ever have been ever. And that's what will happen to you when you get to commitment stage. Just keep pushing through denial and resistance, and you'll get there. So change is an evolution, and especially when it comes to changing your life, because lifestyle change, it means you're changing your life. So it's a process. It's a slow one. You have to have patience. It takes a plan, organization, takes time, and it requires support from others. You definitely need support. But once we get through stages denial and resistance, it is easier. So it's important to be aware of those emotions during each of the stages, what's behind those emotions, and then how to address them in order to move through the change effectively. So my next blog will be how to navigate change right from the beginning. What change do you want? What is it that you want to achieve from the change? And I'll tell you how to make a plan to move forward and how to address each of the emotions in each of these stages so you can best complete your challenge, your change, and live a life that you want to live. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions about change in general or a specific change you have yourself, please shoot me a message. I'd love to hear from you. All right, have a great night. Bye.